Alrighty, what's up everybody? Peter Gilmore here for this late night video right here on the Peter Gilmore YouTube wrestling channel, youtube.com/Peter Gilmore. Thank you all for watching this video. Make sure you like this video, hit that subscribe button down below on this channel and all my other channels, which are down below in the description box. And as always, follow me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter. And share this video all over the internet and tap that bell, turn on all my notifications so you never miss an upload. Do it now, as I said so. All right, on this late Wednesday night, April the 22nd, 2020, or if you're watching from somewhere else, April the 23rd, 2020, it is time for your late night AEW Dynamite review for April the 22nd, 2020 on TNT. All right, so we got another AEW episode in the books, and it was a pretty good show. So come on into the chat, and we'll talk about it, answer some questions, have a good old time. And that's it. So I'm going to put the link out to chat, and we're gonna put the link out to Facebook and Twitter, and we'll get started in just a little bit. So bear with me. Should have done this before, but I had to wait till we go live, so hold on, let me just... Sometimes it won't load for me, but it is what it is. All right. And all right, so the link is out on Facebook and Twitter, so come on in and join me for some AEW talk, some wrestling talk. And that's all I got to say about that. So let us begin. And that's all. That's it. All right. So like I said, AEW was a pretty good show. We had the final two matches of the first round of the TNT tournament. We got Sammy Guevara and Darby Allin and Dustin Rhodes taking on Kip Sabian's Mr. Superbad with Penelope Ford with him. We also had Kenny Omega in action. We also had Mr. Brody Lee, the Exalted One, in action. And we had another episode of the Bubbly Bunch with Chris Jericho and the Inner Circle. We also heard from Broken Matt Hardy, yes, and plenty more to come on tonight's episode of AEW Dynamite. So let's get into it. Let's not waste any more time. So we start the show off with a Cody video package, basically breaking down the TNT title tournament participants that have been in there. Himself, Darby Allin, Sammy Guevara, Dustin Rhodes, Kip Sabian, Colt Cabana, Lance Archer, stuff like that. Looking at his desire to win the belt, he says, is he the 3-star general of the mid-card, breaking the throne because he was afraid to sit in it, or is he ready to answer the call of 32 years of history on the Turner Network? Whatever that means. He says complacency is a dirty word in wrestling, but an ally of top guys collecting checks. None of these participants are that. There is will and desire here, but who has enough to win? And we're going to see who has it all and will become the first ever TNT world champion or TNT champion, whatever you want to call it. And we're going to find out in a couple weeks. So that's that. Next week, we got the semifinals. And I think the week after that's the finals. So we'll see what happens with that. So I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars. So we're off and running with AEW Dynamite. And once again, we had Tony Schiavone and Chris Jericho on commentary. And I have to say, they are gold on the mic. They're gold on commentary. I like this pairing with Tony Schiavone and Chris Jericho. They really complement each other, and it's more entertaining than Tony Schiavone and Cody, to be blunt. But I really don't like Cody on commentary that much. I'd rather have... Oh, I could sit for 2 hours listen to Jericho on commentary all freaking night. I don't know why Jericho never did commentary for WWE. I mean, he was on there maybe a couple times, but not much. He would have been gold with JR back in the day. You know, the Attitude Era. He could have been gold on in the Ruthless Aggression Era with him. Maybe him and Cole could have done something nice. Maybe, now it would have been funny if Jericho was, when it was around back like a couple years ago. If Tom Phillips was doing, I think Tom Phillips was doing SmackDown, it would have been funny to have Jericho and Tom Phillips do commentary, and Jericho calling him a stupid idiot every 5 seconds. That would be really funny. But sadly, we never got that. But Tom Phillips is still a stupid idiot. But it is what it is. But so we got Tony and Jericho on once again. And then after that, we got a Sammy and Darby Allin video packages showcasing their stuff ahead of their match, which begins right now as the first match of the night. And this was a pretty good match. Stemming from their last match was a couple months ago, I think, or at Fyter Fest. I forget which one it was, but here's what it is. So the match starts off with Sammy Guevara attacking at the not even before the bell. As Darby is making his entrance, Sammy attacks him with a suicide dive, or flip over con hilo dive, and starts beating the living bejesus out of Darby on the floor. Kind of reminiscent of their match at Revolution, which started on the floor and then got into the ring later on. So Sammy breaks out a ladder and makes a bridge at ringside with the steel guardrail. Lays Darby on top of it, heads up top, and he hits a frog splash on the Darby. The ladder didn't break, and both men were down. And Aubrey Edwards is checking on Darby. We had like a medic at ringside check on him, see if he wants to continue. And we go to break. We come back. The match finally begins in the ring as Sammy goes for a near fall. And both guys look banged up, but Sammy's controlling for most of the match. Darby counters and starts ripping off Sammy's boot and really targets the ankle of him. Sammy fires back with an Insegiti and follows with a springboard Diamond Cutter for a near fall. And then Darby comes back with a heel hook, working on the ankle, and then works in the ankle lock. As we see, Darby is bleeding from the nose, so maybe he had a busted nose. Sammy fights out of it. They slug it out, and they go back and forth with some big roundhouse strikes until Sammy hits the spinning back fist and a kick for a near fall. Darby goes to the floor. As we go to another break, we come back. Sammy misses a plancha as Darby then eats the barricade on his miss on a suicide dive. Hit right into the steel guardrail head first. Ow! It looked like he was done for. Sammy rolls it back in, heads up top, hits a 630 for a near fall as Darby got the ropes. Sammy falls with some knee strikes until Darby counters into a Osaka street cutter, stunner, whatever you want to call it. Then he locks in the Last Supper for the win. So Darby Allin moves on in the tournament. He will face Cody next week in a rematch from Fyter Fest. That should be pretty damn good. But a good match. They had pretty good chemistry, like they did in their match at Revolution. Not as good as their match at Revolution, but still pretty decent match. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. And that was that. So pretty good match with Darby and Sammy. So we're off and running with AEW Dynamite. And Darby gets the win, and he moves on to face Cody next week, which should be a pretty good match. And we'll see what happens with that. All right, after that, we go to the Hardy compound. The Hardy compound. I'll say it. I'll get it out of my mouth. That's what she said. We go to the Hardy compound with Broken Matt Hardy. Yes, wonderful. Matt says he laid out the challenge to Jericho, calls him he calls him a hole of an ass again. To come to the compound to do battle in what he calls the Elite Division. And he says Jericho hasn't responded, and all he saw was the bubbly bunch. And while he was watching it, he noticed that Sammy Guevara called him out, the false Spanish god. So he invites Sammy to the compound to fight Jericho's battle, and he will be deleted. Jericho doesn't know how to handle his broken brilliance, so Matt turns into the mortal Matt Hardy. So we hear from regular Matt Hardy, who talks about his long relationship with Jericho. He says he's with the Elite. They're good friends, and Jericho is kind of angry at him. Jericho wants to create chaos and return to the top form, and with the Inner Circle, they want to get back to a dominant faction again. He says he can't allow that to happen because AEW is about the future. And he says, send Sammy if you want. He will kick his ass until he gets to Jericho. And then Jericho's like the whole Inner Circle will go to the compound and shut Matt Hardy up. So I don't know if that's going to happen, but we'll see what happens with this. I think eventually, Matt Hardy will probably face Sammy Guevara, beat him, face Santana and Ortiz, beat them, and probably get through Jake Hager somehow. And then probably a Double or Nothing, we'll see Jericho and Matt Hardy maybe in that Elite Deletion match, which will probably be taped, but won't be in the ring, but it'll be at the Hardy compound, and we'll see it either on AEW Dynamite or maybe at Double or Nothing, but we'll see what happens with that. And that's it. So I gave that 3 out of 5 stars as well. And we'll see what happens over the next couple weeks, what happens with that. All right, after that, we get Taz. And he breaks down Kenny Omega's Snapdragon and V-Trigger and breaks it down for us. That's pretty nice. I kind of like these little videos of Taz breaking down the different moves of different wrestlers. Like, I think last week was who was last week? I forget what was last week. I think it was Jericho or somebody, and he was talking about that. And I kind of like this. It brings Taz into the limelight, into the conversation, into the show, because we can't see him on TV anymore. Because he's doing the post show now with JR and Excalibur, and we haven't seen Excalibur on TV since the coronavirus started. They locked down everything. They got out of the arenas, and we can't go to arenas anymore. So we got that. So that was pretty nice. I gave that 3 out of 5 stars. So speaking of Kenny Omega, we get to the next match as he's in action against Alan Angels, who was on the show, I believe, last week and got his ass handed to him. This match, I thought was going to be a squash match, but Alan Angels put up a good fight. And I thought this match was going to last 3 minutes. It lasted almost 6.5 minutes. But it's also with Angel attacking at the bell. Attacks with some kicks. Kenny quickly comes back, grounds and pounds. And then Angels comes back to his feet. Kenny falls with a tackle. And they start picking up the pace a little bit. Kenny delivers some chops. He goes for the Snapdragon. Angel fights out of it. Or Angels fights out of it. Hits a senton, but Kenny counters the second one. Then he hits a backbreaker for a near fall. And then he goes to work on Angels for a little bit in the corner. Angels fires back. Kenny comes back with a clothesline, but Angel then stuns him off the ropes. Hits a dropkick for a near fall. Then some ground and pound. And really giving Kenny a little bit of a run for his money. Heads up top. Goes for the double stomp and missed it. But he comes back and hits an Insigili. But Kenny comes back with a Snapdragon suplex and then the V-trigger. I thought that was going to be it because he knocked him out. And he only got 2 out of that. Then he picks him up in a gut-wrench power bomb or the doctor bomb. Plants him in the middle of the ring. Then he goes off the ropes. Boom, V-trigger again. 1, 2, 3. Kenny Omega gets his 7th straight win. 7th or 8th straight win. No, I think it's 7. His 7th straight win over the last couple weeks. And he's on a hot string right now. He is on a roll right now. And he's doing this all without Adam Page not being there. Where's Adam Page? Anybody? I know I'm a big mark for him, but I don't even know what the hell he is. He's probably on his ranch somewhere, wherever he lives. I think he lives in Texas. He can't get out of Texas? And supposedly Texas is reopening soon, or has reopened. And boy, does Trump look like an idiot for kind of telling all those southern states to reopen. Kind of having second thoughts there, Mr. Trump. You know, sometimes I'm like, yes, we're gonna start getting the economy back. And now he's like, maybe it was too soon. But now we got all these protests in Michigan and California and Georgia and different states, Minnesota and Pennsylvania. They want to get back to work. Can't do it. Can't do it. And when they do finally reopen, they're going to probably be closed when the second wave hits this October, November. So we're fucked for a while. Because New York City ain't going to reopen until maybe June 1st. If at all. They'll probably open up a little bit. Some small businesses will reopen. But, like, the big businesses won't open. Like, Madison Square Garden won't open. Even though they're saying that they're going to have events there. Probably in the summertime, like July and August. But, like, we're not going to have big crowds at freaking Madison Square Garden. We're not going to get a Billy Joel concert or something like that, or a Ranger game, or a Nick game, or any other concert there. We're not going to get big crowds. Probably till next year, if at all. Barclays Center, the same thing. The Prudential Center, the same thing. MetLife Stadium probably won't have football. Or it's going to be empty stadium football, which is going to suck. But who knows? Well, I'm hoping for some kind of football season this year. I'm hoping for something. Even if they have like maybe 500 fans there. I don't know. 250 fans at most, because they're not going to have like thousands of fans. Not like 70,000 fans at MetLife Stadium for a Jet or a Giant game. We're not going to get that till next year, most likely. But who knows? Who knows with that? I don't think sports is gonna get back to normal until probably 2022, 2023. So we're like 2 years away from sports getting back to normal. And there was a rumor that the NHL might come back in July. No. The NHL ain't coming back in July. There is no way. No way in hell. I don't think the players want to even play in July, because you're not going to get any Ranger games because they're all going to be on the West Coast. Most likely. Most of them are going to be in the West Coast and probably in Florida. And there's this another rumor that they're going to have a 2014 playoffs, and the Rangers are the 22nd seed. I don't believe all that shit. I really don't. There's no way in hell that the NHL is going to come back in July. There's really nothing going on right now with the NHL. The playoffs should have started by now. You know, going into May, going into I think the first round probably would have started by now. Maybe early second round. You know, the quarterfinals or the semifinals. Of course, the season really ends like late May, early June with the Stanley Cup Finals. We're not going to get that this year, probably not. I would think in the next coming weeks, we're probably going to hear from Gary Bettman. And the NHL season is going to be gone. There's going to be no Stanley Cup winner this year. And they're just probably going to come back in October with hopefully a season. But I don't even know if the fans are going to be there. Because like I said, with the second wave that's going to come in October, November, you know, they might lock out the NHL again. This might be a 2-3 year thing with this fucking virus. We're not going to get baseball. We're not going to get hockey. We're not going to get basketball. Probably not going to get football, college basketball, and all that other stuff. And all we got is professional wrestling. We can't even go to that. You know, they talk about SummerSlam in the TD Garden, which now I read now is in the TD Garden. I thought it was going to be at Gillette Stadium, but no, probably not. So it's going to be, I'm surprised it's going to be in the TD Garden, which holds like 20,000 people. And SummerSlam is a big event. One of your big four, and you're going to have it in a 20,000 seat stadium, an arena, I mean. Well, supposedly it's still on, but I think it's going to be canceled. And we're going to get it from somewhere. If it's not at the Performance Center, it's not going to be in Titan Towers, like Money in the Bank is. I would think maybe it might be in Boston. They might do it from the TD Garden, but it'll be an empty arena. I don't even know if there's going to be an NXT TakeOver. I don't even know if they're doing it anymore right now. Who knows? Who knows with this fucking virus? I mean, we got another 3 fucking weeks of this fucking shit here in the Northeast. And we don't know if it's gonna if the restrictions are gonna be lifted by then, by May 15th. Who knows? But I think the city won't. The New York City probably won't have people going to it probably till June, like mid-June, most likely. Nothing's gonna reopen until maybe June 1st. So I'm probably gonna have a shit summer. That's that. It's just, it just fucking sucks. It fucking sucks. This year fucking sucks. I want it to end already. And we're only on April right now, as of this recording, April the 23rd, 2020. So we got a long way to go before this fucking year ends. And we hope 2021 is a better year. Who knows? But anyway, getting back to AEW, Kenny gets the win with the V-Trigger. And a pretty decent match. I gave it 2.5 out of 5 stars. And Kenny gets another win. He has 7 straight wins. And we'll see what happens with him as we move on. I just miss Adam Page. And right now, they're still the longest reigning AEW Tag Team Champions. When are they going to lose those belts? And if the storyline with Nick Jackson is going to continue, where Adam Page would be the culprit, knocking him out, we don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, but we'll see what happens. They had Matt Jackson and Nick Jackson Falls Count Anywhere on Being the Elite 200. And if you missed it, you better go watch it. That's all I got to say about that. We move on. All right, then we get a profile package on a member of SCU, Scorpio Sky. Pretty good video package. Breaks down his tough road into professional wrestling, which is something he always wanted. His mom was supportive. He suffered a severe back injury, like his L1 and L2 disc were all fucked up. And doctor said you either get surgery or you're going to be tortured for life. But then he woke up one day and he was fully recovered. And he says he got lots of chances, but was never signed. He kept trying, knowing he may fail. And in 2017, they formed SCU. And I believe they formed in Ring of Honor. I could be wrong. And that was his big chance. And they became AEW tag team, the first ever AEW tag team champions. He got a title shot versus Jericho. Lost that. And, sky's the limit. No pun intended, but the sky's the limit for Scorpio Sky. Maybe he'll get another title shot down the line, maybe. Who knows? But we're going to get part 2 of his profile package probably next week. And it should be good. We'll see what happens with that. So I give that 2.5 out of 5 stars. And that's that. All right, then they recap Being the Elite 200. Like I said, if you haven't watched it, go subscribe to Being the Elite on YouTube and go watch episode 199 and then watch episode 200. And 200 is a lot of fun. And if you missed that match with Matt and Nick Jackson, it was pretty damn exciting. I mean, the Canadian Destroyer into the pool was freaking epic. That's all I got to say about that. Lots of super kicks. That's that. All right, then we get back to the warehouse, wherever they're even doing these damn tapings right now, with our next match. Freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy taking on Jimmy Havoc. This came out from last week when I believe the Best Friends were in action. And I think Kip Sabian and somebody, I forget who it was. And then Jimmy Havoc got involved and beat up Orange Cassidy on the floor. So we'll get to this match. The match wasn't that bad. We had Trent and Chucky T at ringside for Orange Cassidy. And right off the bell, Jimmy Havoc beat the living shit out of Orange Cassidy. And I mean, the whole mystique about Orange Cassidy, like he puts his hands in his pants and then like he gains a superpower and he just starts going berserk. But like, I don't like this whole thing when he gets the crap beat out of him for most of the match and then somehow he wakes up and starts going on a berserk streak and then almost wins the match and then he gets his ass handed to him at the end of the match. I don't like that, but it is what it is. So he's basically beating the living bejesus out of the guy, choking him with his jacket and choking him with his shirt. Then he dumps him to the floor. Then he crashes him on the barricade, falls with a suplex to the floor. Just beating the living bejesus out of this guy. Grounds and pounds. Starts talking to the hand and arm of Cassidy. But Cassidy fires back. Havoc cuts him fall. Locks in an armbar. Cassidy makes the ropes. So Havoc goes back to the hand. Follows with some body shots. Puts Cassidy's hands in his pockets and starts beating him up. That kind of woke Cassidy up. He fires back. Hits a dropkick. Follows with a suicide dive. Then a high cross body back in the ring. Then he hits a tornado DDT for a near fall. Havoc comes back. They go up top. Cassidy dumps him to the floor. Then he hits a splash for a near fall. Not to the outside. He dumped him to the mat. He hits a splash for a near fall. Havoc comes back again and starts beating up Cassidy. Cassidy counts into a Superman punch. And then Penelope Ford comes out, and she was at ringside in the audience. She distracts him, which saw Chucky T try to help out, try to knock her off the apron. She does a split on the apron, and then Kip Sabian arrives and hits a big dive on both Chucky T and Trent Beretta. And then while this is going on, Penelope tries to attack Orange Cassidy, and that failed. And Cassidy cradles Havoc with a really weird cover for the 1, 2, 3. So Orange Cassidy gets I believe this is his first win in AEW. Well, not a bad match. I gave it 2.5 out of 5 stars. Kind of went a little bit too long, but did its job. And that was that. Afterwards, right after the bell, Havoc raised out Cassidy with that, looks like a fisherman's buster suplex, laid him out, and then Trent and Chucky T come in and they run off Kip Sabian, Penelope Ford, and Jimmy Havoc, and we get that. So we'll see what happens with that. It'll probably be a tag team match next week. Because it can't be a six-way match, or 6-man tag, because men can't beat up the women in AEW, which sucks. It is what it is. And that's that. So, pretty decent match for what it was, and Orange Cassidy gets his first win, and we'll see what happens next week on the show. All right, then we got a health update on MJF. Maxwell Jacob Freeman, he went on Twitter saying that he has an injury that is kind of serious. We don't know what it is. So we hear from MJF at his home, or his rat place, or whatever it's called. His mansion, I don't know. And we see him in a cast, and his finger is kind of all bandaged up. So he talks about dealing with something big, depressing, and that's the fact that he hasn't wrestled on TV in so long. And he hasn't been here because in his last appearance, he suffered a serious injury while throwing his cash. He got a hangnail, but he gambled through to the end of the show, but it came life-threatening, but he will rise from the ashes like the mighty Phoenix and win the AEW World title. I mean, really, a hangnail is a serious injury? He's going to be out 2 to 4 months? No. There's something else. I think he has a broken arm or something. I don't know. I think he's just playing. It's just like a storyline injury. And he's going to come back in a couple of weeks or maybe a month and be the one to dethrone Jon Moxley. And he's going to win the AEW World title. And then eventually Cody will somehow get a title shot. And then Cody wins it. And then proverbial merry-go-round might happen, and then probably the next one probably be after that might be Kenny Omega. But we'll see what happens with that. You know, Kenny's still got a ways to go, and like I said, they're still gonna kind of answer the question who attacked Nick Jackson, and kind of play into what the hell is going on with Adam Page, and then eventually learned that Adam Page was the guy that beat up Nick Jackson, and then the Bucks get another shot at Kenny and Adam Page. Adam Page is gonna just be heel for most of the match, and then maybe him and Kenny have a program, and the Bucks get the belts, and then they'll probably lose it to the Dark Order. Who knows? But we'll see what happens in the next coming weeks and months. And that's that. All right, so I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars. Then we get to your squash match of the week. We had Wardlow taking on Lee Johnson. 2.5 minutes suckfest. Johnson got a little bit of offense in, nothing much. And Wardlow beat the living bejesus out of this jabroni. And finishes him off with the F10. With that airplane spin F5. And he beats him. Match I gave 1.5 out of 5 stars. Typical squash match. Didn't really care for it that much, but it showcases Wardlow a little bit. And that's that. And we move on from there. And like I said, if you want to join the chat, talk some AEW, come on in. We'll talk some AEW, maybe some WWE, some Impact Wrestling, which had Rebellion Night 1 on Tuesday. I thought it was Sunday, but Andre Cobio messaged me and said that it was last night. So I had to watch some of the highlights of that. And we have a new X Division champion in Willie Mack. I'm not going to do a review. I know I was kind of, like I said, I didn't watch most of it. I saw the highlights. Sami Callihan turned on OVE, so that's going to be a program now. I think night 2, they might have Tessa Blanchard taking on Michael Elgin and Eddie Edwards for the Impact Wrestling World Title. I think that's going to be next week or maybe the week after. After that, I don't know. I don't know what Impact's doing, right? I know they taped the whole Rebellion pay-per-view. Those, I believe those 3 nights, August 8th, 9th, and 10th. So probably going to be a 3-night event next 2 weeks. So we'll see what happens with that. And that's all I got to say about that. So, All right, after that squash match, we got a interesting video of the Dark Order, and we see a man on his computer, and we see his name is Preston Vance, I think his name was, and he was like a football star, and then he got in trouble, and then we see him he goes on the Dark Order website, and basically tells a story. It's like, I thought I had it all, and then it all came crashing down, and he basically trying to ask for help from the Dark Order. So then we see Brody Lee as Mr. Brody Lee, still doing that Vince McMahon gimmick. Just Mr. McMahon gimmick. And he meets up with the man. And he's like, how tall are you? How much you weigh? The man says he's 6'2", 240, played college football. So Brody's kind of impressed. He says some people have success handed to them, and he isn't afraid of success and offers the power of the Dark Order to the man and gives him a mask as well as a home. So, yeah. So we're probably going to see this guy probably be minion number 10 or number 6. I don't know what number he's going to be. Still kind of playing off the Slipknot numbers game. When every member of Slipknot is a number. I think they have like 8 or 9 members. I don't remember. I think Corey Terry was like number 6 or number 8. Just kind of funny. But it's nice to see Brody Lee giving some younger talent a home and an opportunity. And yeah, I think this guy played for the XFL. I don't know. Because he played college football, and I don't know if he was on an XFL roster. Like I said, his name was Preston Vance. I don't know if that's his real name or that is his wrestler name. I don't know. So we get that. So we'll see what happens with that. And it was a pretty decent promo. So I gave it a 2.5 out of 5 stars. Then we get the Brody Lee in action against Justin Law, who was on the show last week and got his ass handed to him. And this was another squash match of the week. This match lasted 2 minutes. And Brody Lee beat the living bejesus out of this guy. And wins it with the discus lariat. And, Justin Law was 20-some-odd years old. That's all I got to say about that. And during the match, we see Marco Stunt, like, scouting or looking at Brody Lee. I don't know what's going on with that. Because at the end of the match, Brody Lee goes to the outside and then starts looking at Marco. And then Marco just like looking at Brody Lee. He's like, I'm not scared. I'm not scared. Yeah, you should be scared, Marco, you fucking runt. Because you're about to get your ass handed to you. And we find out later in the show that Marco Stunt's going to take on Brody Lee next week on the show. So, next week will be the end of Marco Stunt. He was 22 years old. And that's that. So, there's your squash match for next week. And, yeah, that's that. All right, then we go backstage with a new interviewer. I have no idea who this woman was. Kind of small, kind of Nikki Cross height. I don't know her name. If anybody knows, then put it in the chat or let me know in a comment after the video is up or whatever. Let me know. So we get that, and basically she's talking to the Best Friends and Orange Cassidy backstage, and then the Best Friends challenge Jimmy Havoc and Kip Sabian, to a tag match next week, and that match was made official, and it's going to be a no disqualification, no rules match, I believe, or no count out, something like that. Basically a street fight next week, so that should be a pretty decent match. We'll see what happens with that. As a Penelope Ford will be at ringside, of course. Of course, she is the fiancée of Kip Sabian. That is real. Kip Sabian and Penelope Ford are engaged. So, see what happens with that. I didn't really kind of mention that on AEW, but they just say Kip Sabian is the boyfriend of Penelope Ford, blah, blah, blah. And that's that. All right, then we get to your segment of the night with the Bubbly Bunch. Back at it again. The Inner Circle and Chris Jericho. This week, Sammy is sad, but Ortiz and his stuffed animals pep talk him as Jake Hager tells him he's too beautiful to be upset. Jericho then tells them to be happy and dance, and says the winner will get a bottle of hand sanitizer. So they do this flim flam video, which is I guess hype. It is popular on TikTok, and they're going, and it's kind of funny, and they all dance, and then Sammy starts going nuts and starts breakdancing, and then Jericho's like, "Damn it, Sammy! Enjoy your hand sanitizer, you show off." That was kind of funny. So once again, I love this segment. I hope we get this every week because it's funny as fuck. And that's that. It was funny. See, Jericho is the GOAT, and he knows how to put things together. He's great on commentary. He's gold on the mic, gold in the ring, and just these segments are just funny as fuck. And yeah, that was that. Just amazing stuff. Amazing stuff. And that's that. And that's it. So I gave that 3.5 out of 5 stars. It's just funny as fuck, and that's all I say. I might be overrating it. I don't give 2 fucks. And that's all I gotta say about that. All right, then we got a Jon Moxley video package, and we're gonna hear from him next week. That should be fun. Let's see. We're gonna hear from the champ, because we gotta hear from the champ once a week or once every so often to see what he's doing and what his next challenger might be. Probably be MJF, but who knows? That's that. All right, so then after that, we find out that next week we got the semifinals of the TNT tournament. We have Cody versus Darby Allin, and we have Lance Archer against either Dustin Rhodes or Kip Sabian. And then we found out, well, I might spoil it a little bit, but Kip Sabian and Jimmy Havoc versus the Best Friends in a no disqualification match. So there, I kind of spoiled the ending. So shoot me if you want. All right, then before we get to the main event, we get a video package hyping the main event. The tires from AEW and All Professional Wrestling, and Kip Sabian moves on to face Lance Archer. So we get to the match, and the match was decent. It was okay. And we had Penelope Ford at ringside for her man, and Brandy Rhodes at ringside. And they start off locking up. Dustin takes control, grounding and pounding a little bit. Kip works to the ropes, and they lock up again. And they pick up the pace a little bit. Dustin follows with an uppercut. Follows with an arm drag, grounding and pounding. Some more. Kip escapes, fires back, controls with an insigity, and then a penalty kick, and it was good for a near fall. Then Penelope Ford gets involved, chokes out Dustin, and Brandy really couldn't do anything, just had a look on as Kip talks to the ref. And then he starts grounding and pounding Dustin. As we go to break, we come back. Dustin misses a running knee, which allowed Kip to ground and pound and get a cover for a near fall. Then he starts isolating Dustin, targeting the knee, maintaining control, and Aubrey Edwards had to check on Dustin. And then Kip follows with a dropkick for a near fall. Dustin gets a cradle, but Kip escapes and picks up a near fall. He tries to keep him grounded. Dustin fires back, gets a roller for a near fall. Then Kip Sabian came back with a knee strike and a lariat for a near fall. Grounds and pounds some more. Dustin comes back, hits a desperation spine buster. And then he goes to work with some clotheslines, hits that patented drop down uppercut, then a patented bulldog. Then he hits that snap power slam for a near fall. Kip comes back into a springboard DDT for a near fall. Then he starts talking shit to Dustin a little bit. Some ground and pound. And Aubrey Edwards had to pull him off because he was just beating the living bejesus out of him. And this led to Penelope Ford getting in, trying to get involved. But then Brandy gets in, and she goes off the ropes, hits a wicked spear to Penelope, knocking her out. And then they go out of the ring, and Dustin comes off the ropes, hits a Canadian Destroyer, and on Kip, laid him out. 1, 2, 3. Dustin Rhodes wins the match, and he will face Lance Archer next week, which should be interesting because the winner faces either Cody Rhodes or Darby Allin. And like I said, when this tournament started, it's going to be Cody and Lance Archer because that storyline is continuing on, and it's going to culminate in the finals of this tournament. I don't know if, and like I said, I don't know if they're going to give it to Cody and then the feud continues and Lance Archer will get it right after, or they give it to Lance Archer outright and the feud with Cody ends after that. Who knows? But still a pretty decent match between Dustin and Kip. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. So now we have the semifinals all set up. Cody versus Darby Allin next week, and Dustin Rhodes and Lance Archer in the semifinals. The winners go on to the finals, I believe, the week after, or maybe the week after that. I think it's probably the week after next week to crown the first ever TNT champion. And place your bets now on either Cody or Lance Archer, because that's what I think is going to be in the finals. I could be wrong. Who knows? And that's that. So that is it for AEW. It was a pretty decent show for what it was worth. And I gave it a solid 7 out of 10 stars. And we'll see what happens next week on the show with the semifinals of the tournament. We also got Kip Sabian and Jimmy Havoc taking on the best friends, Chucky T and Trent, in a no disqualification match. We're going to hear from Jon Moxley next week. See where he's going to be going with the possible next match. And we're now on the road to Double or Nothing on May the 23rd from Probably the same place they're taping right now, because they're not going to be in Vegas, because Vegas is still on lockdown supposedly. You know, the I think the mayor of Las Vegas wants to reopen the casinos, because she likes to gamble. Gambling with your life might, maybe if you reopen the fucking city, kind of like the idiots down in Florida reopening the beach. And in Georgia, I think they reopened it in Texas. I still think it's way too soon. I think they should reopen in mid-May or at the end by June 1st. Because that's what I think New York City and Jersey and Connecticut and most of the other states are going to reopen by June 1st. Who knows? Who knows? And basically, I could care less right now. I as much as I want New York City to reopen, so I can go to the city and see my friends in December's fall, and go to the city and maybe go see a movie or just hang out in Times Square with the missus, or just go to Washington Heights, or go somewhere in New York City. You can't do that until they lift the restrictions, which may happen May 15th, may happen June 1st, may happen July 1st at this rate. And Mayor de Blasio said that the Macy's 4th of July fireworks show is going to still go on. It's going to go on even with this fucking virus going on. There's not going to I doubt there's going to be people around. There may be people, but probably police will be there to stop a big, humongous crowd, because that has like a lot of people, coming to watch it from the Brooklyn Bridge all the way to like Washington Heights, all the way down the FDR Drive. But I don't know. I doubt there's going to be a lot of people there. And if there are, there's going to be a heavy police presence. And just going to run the risk of people getting infected. I'm not going. I'm going to sit my butt home and watch it from the comfort of my own home. I might have to work that day. I want to take off that day, that weekend, but I don't know if I can. I got holiday time I can use, but who knows? Because I got to take my vacation a couple weeks after that, so I don't know if I can or cannot. But we'll see what happens July 4th weekend, and heading into July. Hopefully, I can take my vacation time either that July 4th weekend or near the end of July. And where I'm going, I don't know. I had to spit. There's a thing in my mouth. So, like I said, I don't know where I'm going this summer. I want to go to Florida, but run the risk of maybe coming back with this fucking virus. Gotta worry about who. So I might have a staycation, just stay home the week, get paid for it. Then again, I could go down to Florida and have a nice little vacation for a week. But who knows between now and July what's going to happen in the United States. This thing is going to probably continue, but probably be on the downswing, hopefully. Because it's summertime, the heat, the temperatures go up, and supposedly it kills the virus. So between next month and June, July, August, and probably part of September, we may the restrictions might be lifted for a while. People will be going back to work. The economy will be back up and running. But probably by October, November, they'll probably shut it right back down. Because when the cold weather comes, there's going to be a second wave of this fucking crap. And then we're going to get like six more months of this fucking virus going on. More people getting killed and infected. There goes Rosa. Say hi, Rosa. No. Damn. Sometimes I get her to say hi and she won't say hi. She loves you all, though. She wants to sit on you. No, I'm kidding. It's on the toilet. Boop. Yeah. So she wants this fucking virus to end more than I do. So who knows? Who knows what's gonna happen with this fucking virus? But you know, I gotta thank all the first responders and all the healthcare people just putting their lives on the line every single day. It's kind of like what I'm doing right now. Because I'm an essential worker. Making that money that you really wish you had. And the good thing is, there's some good news in this. I read on Facebook that the stimulus checks that we've been all waiting for, most of you people got them already because you have direct deposit. But people that didn't file their taxes through direct deposit, their checks are going to be mailed out on Monday. So probably by the end of next week or maybe the following week, I'm going to get my nice, big, fat, juicy $1,200. And so is Rosa. And know what she's going to do with it? She's going to spend it on probably cosmetics. Because she has to look pretty.
Are you saying I'm naturally ugly?
You have to look pretty, you know, for me. What do you think I'm gonna get? What do you think I'm gonna spend my money on? Axe body cologne and all the crap to look like a fucking male slut.
You look like a moron, you said? For that, you need no money.
Oh, God. And most of you people that have already got your checks have probably spent it already. Idiots, you really should save it for your bills and stuff. I'm going to enjoy my money. Give half to my mom for you know, because I have to. Give my mom some money. Me and Rose are gonna give her half. She's gonna get her own check, so she's gonna have a lot of money. She'll be rolling in the dough, as they say. While me and Rosa keep the other 600 and use it on bills and maybe on vacation. I don't know when the second one comes. I haven't heard anything about when the second stimulus check comes. There's rumors of us getting $2,000 monthly. That's rumored. I would love to get $2,000 a month. Holy crap! I'll be out of my debt by then. I'm in a lot of debt. Me and the missus too. We'll be out of our debt in about 6 months if we got $2,000 a month. From the good old government. I think everybody will be out of debt. That's some good stuff. And I've got some comments from my good buddy, my Canadian brother from the north. Not Andre Cobio, but Mr. Dallas Calamania. And there goes Rosa again. No. What are you eating?
Cereal.
Why don't you give me some?
I don't want. You're busy.
Damn. I'm going to go eat something in a little bit. So, Callie says hello, and says, PD! Dallas! He also says, he actually has a comment for you, Miss Rosa. He says, "Right on, Rosa. You two enjoy that money."
I thought you were gonna say that cereal.
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, we're gonna enjoy our money and wait on round 2 for that stimulus check. The second one is coming, probably in the fall, maybe. I don't know when that. Do you know when that next one's coming? No, I don't think they have. They've said it. I think they're waiting on everybody to get the first one, and then they'll probably have Congress and those asshole Democrats and on Capitol Hill probably sign some bill to start sending out the second check, which would be the same thing, $1,200 for people that are below $75,000, and if you're married, you get $2,400. If you have kids and stuff, $500 per kid. So something like that. So I'm hoping to get my check by next week. So it goes along with my check I'm getting tomorrow. Actually, I got it already. I don't have it with me right now, but probably won't be. I won't get it in the mail till probably Friday or Saturday, and won't be in my account for another couple of days. So by next week, I'll have a nice big fat check in my account, and then after that, I might get another check, my $1,200 check, put in, and I'm gonna take half out, give to my mama. Then the rest I'm going to use for bills and maybe my vacation. That's what Rose is going to do. Like I said, Rose will probably buy a bunch of junk. Right? Now, what are you going to do with your money?
I'm gonna go see Gina.
Oh, yeah, that's what we're going to do in the summer. Right?
Summer's around the corner.
Yep. July is coming up. Ready to hit Easter. Easter's over. We got Mother's Day coming up in a couple weeks. I think 3 weeks. We got Memorial Day at the end of the month. And then we begin June. And we got really nothing in June besides Father's Day. And then we got July 4th weekend right around the corner from that. And then my vacation. Our vacation. And hopefully I get to go to Florida for a week. No, well, I can't go for 2 weeks. I can only go for 1 week. So you can go for 2 weeks. I can't. I have enough time for a week and a half, but about a week and a half. So I'll use up like a quarter, maybe not more than half of it. Probably like 4 or 5 days, and then I'll have maybe 3 or 4 extra days after that, so I can go on a mini vacation, and maybe in middle of August.
Are you recording?
Are
you recording?
Yeah. Should I not be recording?
No, I don't care.
You don't care, though. You love me recording. That's why.
I think you should stop talking to me. And
oh yeah. Well, I'm basically done, so I'm podcasting, so I don't give shits. I have one person watching, so probably Dallas. I don't even know who's watching. But hi and hello, and Rosa says hello to you too. That's that. So, well, all that aside, the coronavirus can suck my fat, big Italian penis, but you knew that already. And AEW was a pretty decent show tonight. So I gave it 7 out of 10 stars. And let me know what you guys thought of the show down below in the comments section, or you can do a video reply if you wish. And that's all I gotta say.
Buy 3 Lucky Charms and get WWE for free. Tell them.
That comment deserves the Book of Doom. So if you are going to buy some cereal, go buy some Lucky Charms. And if you buy Lucky Charms, you get 3 months of the WWE Network for free. Product placement. Well, not product placement, but go buy your Lucky Charms night now. Maybe you get that. You see that on the box. I don't care because I don't want the network. I can watch it for free. So, yeah, Dallas is watching us. And he says, just doing up dishes and listening to you guys. And he says, I haven't watched AEW yet, so I can't rate it. So, you need to watch it. Go watch it. I'm going to go to bed probably because I got to get up early in the morning. Not early in the morning, but I got to get up.
Are you essential?
Huh?
Are you essential?
Yes, I'm an essential worker. I got to get up at 9 o'clock in the morning to go to work at 11. But I get up. I only work for a couple hours. So.
The rest of us are peasants.
The what?
The rest of the world are peasants.
Yes, the rest of the world are peasants. And they just sit home on their fat asses doing nothing.
Collecting checks.
Collecting a check. If you're unemployed. You get a nice fat $600 to $1,200 check each week. Lucky fucking bastards. Sometimes I wish I was unemployed, but I can't. I need the money. I really need the money. So, being an essential worker does kind of have its privileges, I guess. But I'm putting my life on the line every single time I work. But, I get assholes every fucking time.
Laser in your eye.
Mainly Russians. Sorry, what?
What did you say?
What? I don't remember. I didn't say anything. Did you hear something?
Laser in your eye.
Oh, yeah. The laser in my eye.
Lasered by an old lady.
I got lasered in the eye by some fucking fat bitch. No party and no offense to you.
So,
You.
I'm not a bitch and I'm not fat. So wherever
You're a sexy bitch.
No, I'm not.
Remember that song, Sexy Bitch? What was that song you liked?
No.
About Sexy Bitch?
No.
You don't remember that song?
No.
I'm a sexy bitch. I forget how it went. I forgot who even sang that song. Dallas says, I drank more beer than I probably should have this week so far. Holy crap. I hope your liver is still alive. Good Lord. And I thought Rosa was a drunk.
Excuse me?
What?
I was.
You
Every
were?
Friday.
You retired? Retired from drinking?
No, I'm just sad. Sad people don't drink.
Yeah, there she goes again. For the last probable time, because I'm going to end shop here. So, thank you all for watching. Once again, if you're still watching. And 7 out of 10 stars for AEW Dynamite. And we got our semifinals set up. Dustin Rhodes and Lance Archer. And Cody Rhodes. And Darby Allin. So it should be some good stuff next week on the program. We have Kip Sabian and Jimmy Havoc against the Best Friends in a no disqualification match. We're going to hear from Jon Moxley. So it should be good. I think when the ratings come out tomorrow, I think AEW will win this week because really NXT was... even though they had a main event of what was the Velveteen Dream and Keith Lee taking on Roger Strong and that man named Adam Cole, baby, in the main event. But it kind of turned interesting with a guy named Damian Priest getting involved and somebody named Dexter Loomis. Sam Shaw for you dumb people at home. So it kind of gets interesting. So it was kind of an interesting night on NXT. I'm going to go watch it tomorrow when I get home from work. So I'll do my NXT review tomorrow night. You can all join in. and have some fun. Maybe we can have fun in the chat, like with Dallas and everybody. Maybe Rosa would join in. I don't know. And that's that. So that's it. Thank you for watching. Thanks, Dallas, for chiming in. And hope to see you tomorrow, or maybe on another stream, maybe this weekend. Who knows? And that's that. So thank you all for watching. I'm Peter Gilmore signing off. Go to bed, everybody. Or stay up if you feel like it. If you're a night owl, go get a nice beverage or a nice little late night snack. Go watch some Fox News or watch something. I don't care. But I'm going to head out. I'm going to go to bed because I got to get up, like I said, early. Get up in the morning and then go to work for a couple hours and then come back home. And we do it all over again. Get do your NXT review tomorrow night. And that's that. Then Friday, got your SmackDown review. I'm going to try to get the SmackDown review up Friday night because I got to work early Saturday morning. So if not late Friday night, probably Saturday night. But I'll see what I can do. I'll try to get it done by Friday night so I have the weekend free in case any news comes up. And that's that. So thank you for watching. Peter Gilmore and Rosa signing off. We're out. And if you don't like it, fuck you, man. That's that. Peace, bitches.